Hello there everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's-A-Mii here, and it is a new month, which means it's time to do a new physical releases video. We're going to go over everything releasing on the Nintendo Switch 2 in the month of July that has some sort of retail presence, be that a full cartridge release, a game key card, or unfortunately even one code and box release. We're also going to take a look at quite a few Switch 1 games as well, sprinkled throughout the month. There's still some stuff coming over there, more than I expected to be honest, so I wanted to highlight those as well. Of course, if you are new here and you enjoy Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch collecting videos, I would appreciate you liking the video and subscribing. Let's get into it. Okay, so getting right into it, our first release of the month, or at least our first notable release, right, is on Nintendo Switch 1. It's Patapon 1+2 Replay from Bandai Namco, and this is actually an import release. So looking at Play Asia here, they have a Japanese version that's going for $29, as well as the kind of like Asian English release that is going to run you back about $34 over on Play Asia. And this one is releasing on July 10th. I think digitally in America, it's $30. I want to say there's also a European version as well. I can't find a great website to really import European stuff to America. So if you guys have any suggestions for that, let me know in the comments down below. I think VGP sometimes will carry European stuff. But as our first release of the month, I mean, we're already 10 days in. It's going to get a lot busier. There's a lot of stuff coming out this month that I'm very excited for. And that really does start with Patapon 1+2. I've played a bit of the first game when it came to PS4 a while back, but this is what I've always wanted to like just get more into. Of course, this is a Sony IP, so to see Bandai Namco bringing it to Nintendo Switch is pretty exciting. I'm actually pretty interested in this one when it releases. It's just such a busy month that I don't know if I'll have time to get to it immediately, but still nice to see this IP, this kind of forgotten PlayStation Japanese IP, getting a second lease on life on Nintendo, where I think it really should thrive. I wish it was getting a proper physical in America, and Europe it seems like it is, but even just as a digital release and having these import options is pretty exciting. So this is one I'm definitely picking up. I don't know when I'll get to playing it, but let me know in the comments down below if you're interested in Patapon 1+2 Replay. And also I should say, for basically every game we discuss in today's video, there will be affiliate links for Amazon and Play Asia in the description down below. If you want to support the channel that way, I would very much appreciate it. Obviously you don't have to, no pressure, but I just wanted to throw that out there. Basically every game we talk about has an affiliate link if you want to support the channel. Just a day later, on July 11th, we have one of my most anticipated games of the month, and that is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4. This is releasing on both Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2 for $50, also every other platform known to man, if you want to buy it somewhere else. For $50, now you might notice here, Switch version, download required. That was the case for the remaster of 1+2. However, for the Switch 2 version of this game, it is a code and box release. Very unfortunate. I really wish that wasn't the case here, because I do want to buy this game on Switch 2, and I still might do it and do like a video, maybe opening this up and then doing some handheld impressions. But yeah, if you want like an actual cartridge for Tony Hawk, you're kind of stuck buying the Switch 1 version. I don't think Activision has laid out any upgrade plans for this release, so I bet this will run decently worse, right? So really annoying. I really wish they had at least done a game keycard release here for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4, which, like I said, I'm really excited to play this. If you watch my games I played in the past month videos, I played a ton of 1+2 remake back in, I want to say, March. I bought it when it came out, played a decent amount of it, but really got into it earlier this year. So I'm very excited for this game. I just don't know if I should get it on Switch 2 or just maybe get the PS5 version. I would like to have it handheld, though. I think this game would be great playing in bed, or playing comfy on the couch and that kind of thing. So really unfortunate there. There is also a special edition for the game if you want to buy that. So only on Switch 1, as well as the PlayStation 4 or 5 and Series X and S, I don't think. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Is there a Switch 2 version of this? No, there's not. Okay, so it really is just for the Switch 1 version as well as the other platforms, not Switch 2. There's this version that comes with a skate deck as well as some in-game cosmetics. So it includes the skate deck, it includes the physical cartridge of the game, which once again does require a download, and all of the digital deluxe edition content, which includes like Doomslayer and stuff, which you can play as, which is really cool. I'm not going to buy this. I don't have a interest in collecting a skate deck, although I do want that Doomslayer stuff. That's really cool. So very excited for this game. I'll probably end up doing some sort of video on the Switch 2 version. Let me know if you want to see that in the comments down below, and let me know if you're planning on picking up Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4 on July 11th. I should also once again reiterate, July 11th for this one. Also worth noting, if you buy this collector's edition, you do get 3-day early access on July 8th. So if that's something you really want to get early, you can pay an extra, what is that, $80 to get the deluxe content, but also the skate deck and those 3 days of early access. That same day, on July 11th, we have another Switch 1 title I wanted to highlight here, Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered from Aspyr, $30 for this remaster collection. This is a game that already had a release through LRG. However, I missed that. I think a lot of people missed that. There was like an exclusive slipcover with it and stuff, but now it's getting a more standard release from Aspyr for $30, which is pretty cool. There is also this deluxe edition that comes with some extra goodies, including including a steelbook and an art book and a soundtrack CD. So if you want to spend the extra 20 bucks and get that, you can do that as well. Skipping ahead a few days though, we get to the big one. We have Donkey Kong Bananza releasing on July 17th for $69.99. There is also this amiibo that you can buy for the game as well. That's going to be $29.99 because amiibo are extremely overpriced now. But this is the big one, right? This is, if you bought a Switch 2, you are buying Bananza on July 17th. We had that direct a few weeks ago that just, I mean, that completely sold, I think, everybody on the game, really. Like, most people were already, like, into it, but that direct just went above and beyond and just hyping me up, at least personally, for this game. Absolutely cannot wait for this, especially now that I've pretty much finished up with Mario Kart World. I don't think I'll be playing that much more until there's DLC. So now, like, all eyes are on Bananza. I cannot wait for this release. I'm going to be buying this, doing an unboxing and handheld impressions video, as well as a full review once I 100% it. So definitely stay tuned to the channel for that. But yeah, this is like the biggest release of the month. Not even just on Nintendo Switch 2. Like, it's the biggest release of the month overall, I would say, pretty confidently. So yeah, I really just cannot wait for Bananza. That's gonna take a while to 100%, I imagine. So I'll be busy with that for a while, which is rough because, as we're about to get to, there are so many games that I personally want to play from, like, I mean, starting with Patapon and Tony Hawk, but into, like, the later half of July. There's just so many games coming out for Switch and Switch 2 owners. It's kind of crazy. Now, on the same day as Donkey Kong Bananza, we're also getting another Switch 1 game, this time from Arc System Works. We have Hunter x Hunter Nen Impact for 60 bucks. This is one that I kind of want to play. Like, I like Hunter x Hunter enough to want to buy this game. It's cool. It's getting a proper fighting game. I think they're still reusing animations from the Naruto games on Wii, which is crazy to me, but also kind of camp, kind of funny. It's cool to see this anime getting a new game, but pretty bad timing for me. I probably will wait for a sale on it. There is also, if you go over to Amazon, a huge special edition for 105 bucks. This gives you a lot more stuff, including the limited edition box, as well as some acrylic sandies. Oh, this is garbage, isn't it? You get the steelbook case, you get the art book, you get some costume pack DLC, and the season pass 1, which includes that cat girl and is that Crollo? It's been a while since I watched it. I don't really remember their names. But yeah, I want to get this game, but maybe not for full price, and I'm certainly not going to get the special edition, but the option is there if you want to. The following day, on July 18th, we have another anime game, this time a kind of complete edition for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot on Switch 1. We have the Kakarot plus New Power Awakened set Daima edition, which includes, I think, all of the DLC. I mean, they've been supporting this game for 5 years now, right? It was 2020, I think it released. Good lord. And they still just keep adding more and more to it. I haven't played it since it really came out, so there's a ton of stuff for me to catch up on. If I bought this, I'd probably get it on PS5, but GameStop has it listed for July 18th. Amazon has it listed as like December 31st, so it should be releasing this month, but it seems kind of like a weird one. I'm not sure if it's going to be a code in the box for the content, right? Like, I don't know if it's going to... It'd probably be a code for the Daima stuff, because that isn't even all out yet, according to this. Part 1 comes out July 17th, and then we don't even know when Part 2 is coming out. So you're going to get the content, but you might have a download code in there, I'm guessing, for this release. But still nice to see it getting a new release with all that stuff included for 50 bucks, a little bit cheaper. Although I think base game you can get for like 20 now at this point. I don't know. I like Dragon Ball Z. I want to get back to Kakarot eventually, though, and do all the DLC. Just not anytime soon, I don't think. Next up, we have another Bandai Namco title, actually, for 30 bucks. Shadow Labyrinth is releasing on a Switch 1 physically. This game is also coming to Switch 2, though, and this is the weird thing. So 30 bucks for the standard on Switch 2. That is a cartridge. You're getting a cartridge with this release. It seems like the upgrade on the eShop is free. If you go on there, it says it's $0. So looks like it's a free upgrade to the Switch 2 version, which is great. But then there is a Japanese code in box release for some reason. I don't really know why, to be honest. At that point, just don't even bother. Like, you're not doing it in America, you're not doing it in Europe. It seems to only be in Japan. There is this code in box release for Shadow Labyrinth, which, to be fair, if you really want the case for, you know, similar price, 28 bucks, or I guess 30 bucks, yeah. This does include English on it, so like it'd be fine. I guess you would need to have a Japanese account though, right, to use the code probably. But yeah, 30 bucks standard for the Switch 1 version. I'm going to pick it up on Switch 1. That's where I'll be playing it. That's where I'll be doing my review. Of course, with the free upgrade for Switch 2, mind you. But yeah, I wish that was getting at least a game key card here in America. There is also the Secret Edition. This one costs 50 bucks, or sorry, 60 bucks, releasing the same day. This includes a bunch of extra stuff, including some original arcade sound effects, the digital art book and digital soundtrack. That's lame. You get the enamel pin sets with the little Pac-Man pin there. You get a double-sided map/poster, some iridescent stickers, glow-in-the-dark stickers, a booklet case, as well as a black light keychain. So for 20 bucks more, you're getting quite a few extra goodies. Not too bad. Even just having that nice bigger outer box, I guess, kind of I think for some people it might make that worth it. I'm just going to get the standard though. But that's not all for Shadow Labyrinth, because Bandai Namco is going crazy with this one. If you go to their website, they have an exclusive collector's edition over there for $100 that you can pick up. That includes all of the stuff we just talked about, I'm pretty sure, plus the Shadow box, kind of like, you know, where it has like the depth of field thing where you hit, like, it's like layered, right? So it kind of looks like a 3D image there. You also have that art journal and the collector's box there for $100. In fact, it doesn't include the deluxe edition content. Yeah, it does. Okay. Yeah, it says down here, it includes everything else plus the Shadow box. So if you're a huge Pac-Man fan or Shadow Labyrinth fan, for $100 here, July 18th, you can get this big ol' special edition. But for me, I think I'm going to stick with the standard edition here for $30. That's a great price for this game. I don't know how long it is, but $30 physical copy, that seems pretty good to me. A week later, on July 24th, we have another release that I'm pretty excited for. Super Mario Party Jamboree is getting its Switch 2 edition with the new Jamboree TV content. This one's... I really don't know like how many people are going to buy this, especially not physically. Of course, I will, because I'm going to do the unboxing and, you know, do the gameplay and review for you all. But it's a $20 upgrade if you already own Jamboree physically, so or even digitally. So $20 upgrade if you already bought the game. And then on top of that, the bulk of the new Jamboree content, it seems like, is camera stuff. So you also need to have a Switch 2 camera or, you know, any USB webcam that works with it. There are mouse mini games, there are a couple other things, but really, like, what they're promoting is, like, yeah, there's a camera mode now. I think there's also some microphone stuff in there. So I'm going to pick it up. I'm excited for this, having just started playing Jamboree really in the past couple of days here. Really like it. I love Jamboree, actually. So I'm excited to try out the new stuff. When I played this at the April 2nd events, the mouse mini games were a lot of fun. Just quickly, you know, moving around the mouse Joy-Con on the table and clicking spam mail, I think was one of the mini games. So I'm going to be checking this out, going to be doing videos on it. I don't think most people will be picking up the physical here because it is $80, because it's $60 for the base game plus $20 for the upgrade and DLC. But yeah, our second release from Nintendo for July, starting to really bulk up a little bit more of those like proper physicals, right? This isn't a game key card. It has the content there, which is nice, but I imagine most people already had this game on Switch 1. Let me know in the comments down below if you're picking up, if you're upgrading it for $20, or if you're gonna be an insane Nintendo fan like I am and buy the entire physical again for Switch 2. Next up, I thought this was neat. I don't know if it's going to get a release in America or maybe like through limited run eventually or something, but I noticed this on Play Asia. We have the Azure Striker Gunvolt Trilogy Enhanced. I'm not too sure what all they're doing to the trilogy of these games. I don't know what you really need to do, but it's nice to have like a triple pack of all three games. I don't have Gunvolt 3. I have a Japanese edition of like the first two, the Striker Pack, because they released that, I want to say, in like 2017. But now on July 24th, we're getting a physical that includes all three games in Japan for only $40. I feel like that's a pretty good price for this release. There is also this much bigger special edition here. It's going to retail for $100. That includes a huge like soundtrack CD, and it looks like an art book as well, or like, yeah, some sort of like kind of guidebook with it. Pretty cool for, you know, $60 more. I mean, that's a lot of soundtrack stuff. If you're really into game soundtracks, this is a nice little set here. And then, yeah, this looks like it's some sort of like fan book kind of guide compendium thing. Maybe it's an art book. But yeah, very cool. I just wanted to highlight this. I love NT Creates. I love everything NT Creates puts out. Hopefully this gets a release through limited run or somewhere else in America down the road. But yeah, pretty neat release here. A day later, on July 25th, we have another release I'm pretty excited for. We have No Sleep for Kaname Date from the Somnium Files. This is a game keycard release, but it's going to be $50 here. And there is also the Switch 1 version coming out that is on the cartridge. I don't think Spike Chunsoft has said anything about like upgrade paths or whatever for this game. I'm getting the Switch 2 version. I played both of these games on Switch 1 earlier this year, the first two in the series, and I really enjoyed them overall. But they did not run very well on Switch. In fact, playing Nirvana Initiative, there were often times where like it would just like freeze for like a few seconds while I was trying to process whatever the character needed to say or whatever. But if you're into visual novels or kind of like more interactive adventure games, this is releasing. Seems to be more of a spin-off, I guess. It's not really like the third core entry. I don't think Uchikoshi, the main writer, I don't think he's as hands-on with this one, but still pretty cool. More of like a, I guess, budget release at $50. Again, a game that I'm really excited for, and I will play before the end of the year, with Bananza right before, Tony Hawk, all these other things. I don't know if I'll get to it immediately, but I will probably at least do like an opening and early impressions video on the channel for this one. I'm pretty excited for it. But on July 25th, we had another release, another game keycard release from Koei Tecmo Games. We have Wild Hearts S. This is their attempt at a Monster Hunter style game that released on PS5 and Series X, I want to say 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago now. I heard pretty good things, but at the end of the day, it kind of just came and went. This is getting a GameCube card release in Europe as well as in Japan, and then there's one of these like Asian English releases as well over on Play Asia. I'll have links to these down below. Weird that it's getting a European release and not an American release. That's a little weird to me. Koei Tecmo, what are we doing here? But this is another one that I really do want to try out, especially because it is, well, for one, it's Koei Tecmo. I really like Koei Tecmo. But also, it's just one I completely missed. And even like Monster Hunter Wilds earlier this year, I didn't really get that much into. I didn't have time when it released. This, once again, I don't really have time. But new Switch 2 game, there's certain, launch hype there. Cool to see this game getting maybe a second chance at life. We'll see how it does. They're adding, I think it's 3-player multiplayer now. I think they changed how many players there are or something. There's more content in this version. It's not crossplay with the others, which is annoying. But yeah, this is one I'm definitely going to be checking out and doing a video for you all on. Though with how Play Asia and even Video Games Plus have been with my orders recently, it's going to be probably in August that video goes up. I'm still waiting on Survival Kids from the launch of the console. I don't know what's taken Play Asia so long. So affiliate links down below if you want to support the channel. But also, come on, Play Asia. Get your shipping together. Just a few more to go over here at the ends of the month. Mostly Switch 1 things. There is one more Japanese game, although it doesn't have English. So first things first, wanted to highlight this. Enter Magnolia Bloom in the Mist. This just went up on limited run. It's one of their distro titles in America. It already had a release in Japan. However, it's now getting a European release. Seems to be more widespread retail, not like a limited company here. That's releasing on July 25th for $40. Wanted to highlight that real quick. This Tales of the Shire game is finally releasing on July 29th. This is a Lord of the Rings kind of cozy game that I know in that community there's a lot of hype for. Not for me. I actually watched all of these movies for the first time late last year, and I really liked them. But this type of game just not really my style here. But still nice to see it finally coming out. It was supposed to be out I think last year. It got a pretty big delay. So we'll see how this one ends up being. We also have another multi-language release on Play Asia. This was a limited run title, but now it's getting more of a standard thing over here for Castlevania the Advance collection. For $30, you're getting all of the GBA games in the series. There is also this deluxe edition for $56, it looks like. I'm not really sure what this actually includes. I can't find anything. Yeah, it says includes a sleeve case, trading cards, different designs per platform, art cards, 4 art cards, a soundtrack CD, and a hand-drawn map plus data sheets, which is neat. Also, you can see how much I earn if you buy it with my link. Thank you. But yeah, so this is one that I actually already have through limited run. I still haven't gotten around to it, but Castlevania, that's a series I'm going to marathon one day. Like, I'm going to go through all of these. I think they're also doing the Dominus collection like this with a deluxe release in September. So I guess we'll come back to this in a couple of months. On July 31st, we're getting Harvest Moon, The Lost Valley, and Skytree Village for $40 from Natsume. These are the 3DS games kind of remastered for Switch. These are not very good games from what I remember. I played Lost Valley, I want to say. I never played Skytree, but these are the Harvest Moon games that were made after the original team went off to do Story of Seasons. So haven't heard great things. Interesting that they're remastering them. I mean, it's cool to get more stuff off of 3DS, I guess, but yeah, not really for me, I don't think here. And then finally, on July 31st, also, we have a Japan-only release that unfortunately does not have English on the cartridge. It is a GameCube card release, but we have East 10 Proud Nordics from Falcom. This will likely come to America next year, I imagine, through NIS America. Will likely be a game keycard release when that does happen, but it is releasing. Wanted to highlight it here. If you really want to play Proud Nordics on Switch 2, maybe you don't care about the dialogue. I don't know. The story in this game isn't anything like super special, but fun gameplay. I played it for the first time last year, East 10. That was my first full East experience. Rolling credits on that. I enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy it enough to replay it with new content. You're not Persona East. Even Persona really shouldn't be doing the re-releases with new content stuff. This hurts a little bit because, I mean, we literally just got East 10 late last year. At least in Japan, I think it's been 2 years now since it released there. So this doesn't feel as bad, I guess, if you're a Japanese player. But for us, it's damn. Because I remember they announced this 2 months after it came out in America. I was like, oh, come on, man. I would have waited had I known. But yeah, that's releasing at the end of July as a Japanese-only release. Yeah, no English on this one, but do want to highlight all of the Switch 2 stuff that is releasing this month. But that is going to do it. That is every Nintendo Switch 2 game releasing at retail in the month of July, as well as what I have considered the more notable Switch 1 releases. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you picking any of these games up? Did I miss any that I should have included in this video? Let me know your thoughts down below. Of course, subscribe here for more Nintendo Switch 2 collecting and Nintendo Switch 1 collecting. Like I said, I'm going to be doing some unboxings and impressions videos and gameplay videos for quite a few of the games we talked about in today's video, actually. So Patapon, Tony Hawk, Donkey Kong, Mario Party, Wild Hearts, and the Somnium files, all of those I should be doing videos on over the next month, so definitely stay tuned for that. Until next time, folks, peace!